You can't expect me to do the Justice card and not make Batman jokes, right? That's not gonna happen. Hello everybody and welcome back to Lilith's Attic. My name is Julia Pasqua and welcome to Tarot Card Tuesday. This week's card is Justice. I am Batman. Kidding, but this week's card is the Justice card. Now the Justice card is represented by a woman who is sitting on a throne. Yet again, I'm seeing a pattern. She holds the scales of justice in one hand and the sword of truth in another, and a lot of times we see the Justice character displayed like the big statue, blindfolded. This Justice has her eyes wide open so she can see everything around her. She is sitting between two pillars representing balance, just like the scales. The Justice card is usually linked to the Libra astrology sign, so you know, scales, balance. I myself am a Libra, so we're getting the scale balance representation in there today. So if you pull the Justice card, this means that you are weighing your options essentially. You are looking for your own truth and trying to weigh a situation objectively. You are trying to weigh all of your options. You are trying to find the truth in what you are looking at. This is more of a logical card versus an emotional card. You are trying to look at your options logically, to hold that sort of truth, and to find the best outcome. The Justice card can also be super straightforward. It could mean that you're going through something like judicially, so meaning dealing with some sort of legal system. If you pull the Justice card upright, it means that you're going to have a just and fair trial or outcome to your situation. If you pull it in reverse, it can mean that you are not weighing all of your options. You're not using that scale to figure out the logical solution to your situation. And it can also mean that you're kind of feeling out of power. You're not being treated justly in your situation, or not getting a just and fair trial essentially. So you're feeling more out of control, out of power. Let's go make the Justice card. Did somebody say justice? I don't have a Batman voice. Justice. All right. Let's go try to do this card some justice. My jokes won't get any better, guys. Let's go. Okay, so obviously for my card, I had to do something that dealt with Batman. This week was a little bit tough. It was a lot of drawing and redrawing, as you can probably see. But for the Justice card, I kind of had, ironically, two separate ideas that I was trying to weigh and balance, as ironic as that might be for the Justice card that deals with balance and being a Libra. I wanted to somehow incorporate Batman, because it's all about inner justice and figuring out the best possible outcome for yourself. And Batman's all about, you know, the justice and what's just in the world. Even if the Gotham is corrupt, the police are corrupt, he's trying to bring some justice to the world and see it through a clear filter and try to be that justice. So for me, I have to have Batman here in this card. I just have to. It's non-negotiable. But trying to figure out how to balance that with my other idea, which was like this sexy Libra woman holding scales, I wanted to somehow combine them together. And at first I thought, oh, I can put her inside of it and like be part of the cape, do like one of those negative positive space things where like the negative space looks like Batman, the positive space looks like her. But it wasn't working. Sometimes you have to say this isn't working and move on and start over. And that's the fun part about whiteout, is sometimes you just clear the board. Keeping on this idea of Batman though, and justice, I wanted to keep Batman, and it got a little bit abstract here. I got a little bit abstract with my ideas. I liked this mouth being completely open, almost like a river flowing. It feels like to me the truth of everything kind of turns into that river where it just never ends. It keeps flowing, and that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for the justice, we're looking for the truth, which all involves normally verbalizing what we need. So I like the idea of having Batman's mouth like this never-ending stream that kind of visually leads you down to seeing the little Libra girl holding her scales, kind of cuddled up within Batman's cape. The hair moves and kind of flows into being Batman's cape. So it's kind of like one being, almost like her shadow figure, which is also a good balance too if we're working on balance and justice between masculine and feminine energy, which is big in the tarot deck. Instead of justice as a female standing up, being very powerful, even just like holding this sword of truth, I wanted her to kind of be more curled up but attentive, like she's staring right at you, but she's focused. She's strong within herself to be able to weigh out these options and get down to the truth. I think Batman's also a really good representation of justice because it talks about the reverse of this card, being treated unfairly or feeling like you're treated unfairly, and I feel that In the Batman comic series and all the movies, it's kind of this weight of him trying to do what's right, but then also not being able to do what's right. I think Batman really works as a good reverse of justice too, because even though he tries to pursue justice at the best of his capabilities, sometimes he's not looking at it with a clear lens and justice does not prevail. Justice. All right, you guys, I promise it's the last bad Batman impression that you will get out of me today. This week, sitting down and trying to force out that creativity took a lot longer than it usually does. It was me sitting, grueling, staring at the paper, getting frustrated, getting up, doing stretches, doing exercises, trying to get myself in a better headspace. I want to be the best I can be for myself and for all of you. And we did it. We made it. And some days it's harder than others, but I really do thank you guys. I really appreciate that there's a lot of you here now watching. This has really helped me, and seeing the support from you guys has been absolutely incredible. Anyway, enough with my chatter, enough with my ramblings. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. This week, try to remain objective, try to find the truth in your situations, weigh those options, weigh those possibilities, go forward in your truth, go forward in your justice, or just dress up like Batman and run around. Lord knows I have before, so if you guys don't know, I used to cosplay, so now you do. Thank you guys as always so much for being here. I truly appreciate all of your support. There is a link down in the description below if you want to be notified when this deck is ready for pre-order. If you haven't already, please go ahead and click the subscribe button right down below. Click like, leave a comment for me. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. I really enjoy this being like a unified project all together. Thank you everyone so much for being here. I will see you next Tuesday. Have a great week, everybody. Bye! If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button.